All right, good morning, guys. We'll see if this goes a little smoother than yesterday. So, today is Friday, March 20th, 2020. Today, we're going to be doing a little bit of math. We're going to still be working on finding area. When you're done with this video, you need to go into your Google Classroom and find your quiz. You'll need to answer the quiz questions about area. If you stop and pause in the video like you're asked, you'll have most of the answers to the quiz questions before you take the quiz. We're also going to be doing art today. We've been talking about pop art and specifically Andy Warhol. So today, since we didn't get an opportunity to do it in class, we're going to kind of tweak our assignment and we're going to go ahead and make our celebrity dinner pop art pictures using PickyDU and Seesaw. In reading, we're going to be back to the article we were reading today called The Ring of Fire. Remember, you can find that article on your Google Classroom stream. And then you'll also have a quiz question to answer about that, which will also be attached to the math questions. Last thing for writing today, you're going to still be working on your How Paul Elementary Could Be More Green essay, and today you'll be editing. Okay, guys, so to start with math, so coming back to what we were talking about yesterday, so we are measuring area and finding the area of different things. Remember, area is a two-dimensional measurement. We're talking about the length and the width of an object. So all the questions you'll be talking about today actually have to do with flags. So a flag, if you can imagine a flag, or there's a picture there, but it is something that's flat, but it has a length as well as a width. And if I take these two quantities, these two measurements, and multiply them, I find out the area of that particular shape. So, or object. Today, I have this for you. This is a standard classroom flag, like the one we have hanging up in our classroom. And a typical classroom flag is about 2 feet by 3 feet. So, right now, I'd like you to pull out a piece of paper. Some of you probably can already do this in your head, but pull out a piece of paper, maybe pause the video, and figure out the area of a standard classroom flag. You might need this for your quiz. All right, so check this out. This is kind of cool. This is the world's largest American flag. It measures 505 feet by 225 feet, and it weighs 3,000 pounds. Can you imagine that? It's huge. I like this picture because you can see how many people are standing around it too, and this is in the middle of a baseball field. It's enormous. This amazing flag cost nearly $80,000 to manufacture, to create. This flag won the Guinness World Record for the largest American flag. So right now, you should still have that paper. So I want you to pause the video, and I want you to see if you can figure out the area of this flag. That's a lot more of a difficult question than the previous flag. Give it a go. All right, now I've got another one that's a little bit easier for you. This is a famous flag that a lot of us have probably seen in pictures or in books. This flag is the flag that we see in the moon. This was put there by Neil Armstrong. This flag is actually only 3 feet by 5 feet, so a lot smaller to that super flag that we saw on the last slide. Also, interestingly enough, where the super flag cost about $80,000 to create, this one was bought by NASA in 1969 for $5.50. What I'd like you to figure out now when you pause the video is what's the area of this particular flag, and also how much more was the super flag than the moon flag. Pause and solve. All right, guys, so at this point, you should have a piece of paper that's sitting in front of you. It should have some answers to some math questions. Don't throw that away. You're going to need it to answer your quiz questions later on. Now we're moving on to art. You're not going to need that piece of paper, but save it for later anyway. So for art today, because it's Friday, I want you to go ahead and go into Epic and read this book. I just sent you out a brand new library called Art, and this is the only book in it right now. So remember, when you go into Epic, if you're finding a new book that's been assigned to you, you're going to go down to your mailbox, open it up, and it'll show the new libraries that I sent to you. This library is called Art, and you'll be opening up this book on pop art. Some of the things you probably already know, it's just kind of a refresher to remind you of the things we talked about. All right, so if you're on this slide, you should have already paused the video and taken some time to go and read that book on Epic. So now that you're finished with the book, here's what you're going to do today for art. I want you to go into Pic Collage in just a minute, and you're going to make some Andy Warhol inspired pop art. I want you to find a grid that's going to fit you and 2 or 3 of your characters from your celebrity dinner party. If you remember, my celebrity dinner party story was about Vincent van Gogh, which is the sky that's blue and orange, Abraham Lincoln, the sunglasses and the purple suit, and John Cena here with the pink hair. Now, I would like you guys to put a selfie in yours. I'm recording this late at night, so I didn't want to put a selfie in, but I'd like to see you and your characters in your party. Now, on your picture, I also want you to, while you're in Pic Collage, go ahead and use stickers, drawing tools, and bright colors. Remember, pop art's really bright. Do the best you can with this. Hopefully yours will be a little bit nicer than mine. Mine was kind of quick. And then when you're finished with your art project, I want you to post your art to Seesaw so that the rest of the class and I can enjoy what you've created. So right now would be a good time to pause this YouTube video, go work on your art project, and you can come back and finish the video later. All right, so you should be back with me. So far, you should have answered some math questions and also finished an art project, and now we're into reading. Reading's pretty simple again today. The trickiest thing is finding the article. So today, you're actually going to be rereading the same article that you read yesterday about the Ring of Fire. I did realize that I accidentally sent you the first page twice, so today you'll have the entire article. So I want you to go ahead and reread the first page, and then the second page might be new for some of you depending on when you went and did your reading assignment yesterday. And when you're finished, there's going to be a question on your quiz about this story on the Ring of Fire. So make sure you pay attention as you read the story. Remember, you can find your reading story in the links below your video. It will say Ring of Fire. All right, now that you finished reading Ring of Fire, finished some math problems, finished pop art assignment, you're on to writing. So today for writing, all you're going to do is edit your essay. Remember, when we edit, it's a really good idea to read it out loud. Maybe even ask someone at your house to read it to you so you can hear the little mistakes that you've made. We all tend to do tiny little mistakes, and like we've talked about in class, we fix them in our brain. So it's good to have someone else read it to you. I'm going to try to attach a picture of our anchor chart that we use in class, the rainbow editing, so you can pull out your colored pencils. If you don't have them, you can use markers or crayons, whatever works for you. Make sure you go through each step, looking to make sure that you have punctuation, circling any words that maybe you're not sure if you spelled them right. Make sure you have 5 full paragraphs with 5 sentences, that you've got a piece of proof in each sentence. Just go through each part of the chart and make sure that you've got all those pieces. You're going to want to go ahead and just edit your rough draft, and we're not going to be typing it in yet. If you're already done with this, you get to take the day off. This is also our last slide, so now that you are finished doing each slide, your art project should already be on Seesaw, and now you're going to go and find a link below your video that's going to be to a quiz. If you can't find it below your video, you're going to go to your classwork tabs, click on the folder called Remote Learning Quizzes, and take the quiz with today's date, March 20th, 2020. You'll have a few questions that you answered on your paper for math and a question about your reading passage on the Ring of Fire. I hope this works a little bit smoother today. And remember, I will be live with the classroom on the app Meet from 8:30 to 10 this morning. Our password's going to be help. If I can't use that password, I will post another password on our Google Classroom. Thanks for listening, and I hope you guys have a great spring break. This will be your last video until after spring break.